Alright guys, Gemini, back with another video. And today I thought I'd make a video talking about WCW Super Brawl 5, January 1995 in the WCW. Wow, this shit's crazy. Obviously, you know, everyone's anticipating the Ultimate Warrior DVD today. We'll talk about Super Brawl here in a sec. Everyone's anticipating the Warrior DVD today. If you remember Ultimate Warrior Ultimate Collection last year, it was a crazy time how that DVD came out, and next thing you know, he was up and gone. So they always believe is going to be something special, but that's not necessarily what this video was all about. This video was about Super Brawl 95, Hogan and Vader. This tape was given to me by my very good friend Ernie. Ernie is a Padres fan, like the Wiz, and Ernie and the Wiz love giving me shit on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter about how, especially Facebook, about how the Padres beat up the Giants this past weekend. You know, my favorite baseball team. But yeah, this was given to me by my buddy Ernie. No charge. That's what kind of guy Ernie is. Just a good dude. So I thought I'd make a little video for Ernie and anyone else who has seen WCW Super Brawl 90. So many tapes, I don't even know where to put them. Super Brawl 95. Wow. Hogan and Vader in the main event. You know, I don't even really necessarily need to talk about the other matches, because anytime you go to any wrestling fans who watch WCW and you tell them about Super Brawl 5, they're going to say, yeah, Hogan got Vader out of WCW, and this was Vader's last match in the WWF, which it was. You know, Vader left WCW not long after this match. He continued to wrestle through 95, about August, September 95, and then he was done and gone and in the WWF by January 96. But this was the match that really exemplified what Hogan and the WCW thought about Vader. Vader in 92, 93, and into 94 was the force in WCW. He was the champion. He was the guy. A devastator, a killer, I mean, an icon, and that's what Vader was in WCW. And then Hogan came in mid-94, and Hogan and Vader started kind of butting heads at Starrcade 94. Vader got in Hogan's face and challenged him, and that set up their match for Super Brawl 95. This was a big match. And this one actually did really well for WCW on pay-per-view, because everyone wanted to see what was going to happen when the established WCW champion icon Vader faced Hulk Hogan, the world champion at the time. And it was really sad, and it was really pathetic, because WCW made Vader look so bad. Vader had been beating people up for years, and Vader had been violent for years in WCW. I mean, I'm talking about a different level of violence. And in this match, to have Hogan lay down and have Vader hit him with a Vader bomb and just have Hogan get up and no-sell it was ridiculous. It made Vader look so bad. And these guys would have matches later in the year, you know, at Bash of the Beach 95 in Huntington, which was better in the cage. It was a better match. Of course, Hogan had to win and stuff, but they made Vader look like a jobber. They made Vader look like a wimp, because you knew watching this that Vader could have beat the shit out of Hogan anytime he wanted. But the powers that be made Hogan look like the superhero and made Vader, you know, look like the bitch. You know, the powers that be were so stupid on this, to have Vader looking like weak. They made Vader look weak. They made Vader look, you know, pathetic to Hogan. Like Hogan had these greater powers, which was bullshit, because every WCW fan had watched Vader dominate in 92, 93, 94. And then just because Hogan comes in and he's, you know, friends with Bischoff and he's the #1 guy, they make Vader look like a weak PG bitch. You know, and it's true. They should have had Hogan and Vader in a legit fight where Vader didn't look like such a bitch. And that's what people are always going to remember Super Brawl 95 for, is Vader looking like such a pussy, and Hogan buried him. Hogan buried Vader right out of WCW, you know, calling him the big fat dude, and it was really pathetic. It was really sorry to watch because Vader was a legit wrestling legend, and Hogan was a joke in WCW in '95, and this pay-per-view was a bit of a joke too, and the way they made Vader look was a joke. I mean, I don't really remember much of this. I know Alex Wright and Paul Roma was being a real asshole in the match, and that was pointed out by the Wiz. You know, he kept changing the finish, and that wound up getting Paul Roma fired. Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus Bunkhouse Buck, that was actually really good. Dave Sullivan versus Kevin Sullivan, nobody really cares. Dustin Rhodes and Blacktop Bully, yeah, I actually really like Dustin Rhodes in WCW as the natural, but then later in the year, by November, he would be at the Survivor Series in the WWF. Nasty Boys in Harlem Heat was always good. Sting and Macho Man versus Big Bubba and Avalanche, that was good, you know, but all in all, people are always going to remember Superbrawl 5 as Vader being forced to look like such a bitch to Hogan. So yeah, Hogan buried Vader. I'm Gemini. Thank you for watching.